What is up, guys? Wraec is here with a new video, and today is basically the last day that you are able to get one of the biggest loot drops in this season. So right now with this video we want to talk about it, and I want to give you all the information you need to get basically the most from Ravaged Realm Ultimate Siege. Because in Ravaged Realm Ultimate Siege right now it says 1 day, it says 2 days here. Left on the counter, which is a bit of a lie really, because if we check the real time it's 1 day 5 hours. So in 5 hours we'll have a reset, and then the last day starts of Ravaged Realm, your last chance to really get this loot. And there is a ton of loot in here. We will now get the final ranking reward. As you may have noticed, you no longer get daily ranking rewards. Now it's about the final ranking, and those rewards, they are quite insane. We get an Abyssal Essence, which allows you to upgrade exclusive equipment one time from level 20 to 25. Basically worth 500 Twilight Essence, so that's a ton. And then we have 15 Stellar Crystals plus a whole gear set, plus a whole equipment set for the top 1 to 20. Of course, this loot goes down quite a bit. There has been a bit of a discussion about this drop, because if you fall below top 100, this Abyssal Essence basically changes to 50 Twilight Essence, and as we just saw, it costs 500 to upgrade from 20 to 25. So it seems like a 90% loot drop, but keep in mind, those Twilight Essence, they can be used on the lower levels as well, so from 15 to 20, so they are a bit more flexible in that. So 50 Twilight Essence has a bit more value than you might think. Of course, it is a steep drop. There's nothing to sugarcoat that really. But yeah, so with this video though, I want to give you the option or the opportunity to get all the info that you need to stay in this top 100 hopefully, maybe even go up a few ranks. And I am currently at place 6. And basically what I'm doing right now is I'm usually just farming my attacks. I have the team set up. I made a video about every single lineup. I'll give you updated lineups in this video, and I just usually skip those fights, trying to get a little bit of an improvement. This time around didn't work. You have 40 attacks every single day for free basically in here. Every single faction is open, so you can switch between them, can do them all, and you should do, well, basically, if you see the video, hop in the game and just do your attacks until you hit 0. If you want to spend some gold, you can do so too. And just try to get a high roll, because you just saw I got 25 billion there on this attack. My highest is something like 28.5 or something around there. So there can be huge differences in there, and those differences can mean that you go up 20-30 places and maybe secure yourself way higher loot than you might have thought, maybe even getting a rank in the top 20. So let me give you the team lineups, and then we're just going to do some fights with it. So once again, we have the graphics by Metal369. You can see it down below, Metal369 from the Discord discord.gg/analytica, and he updated all of them. We showed them in the first videos that I made. He updated all of those lineups, added some new ones to there, and I want to bring you those lineups so you have the best chances to score the highest ranks possible. This is basically what he's doing right now for Ravaged Realm. Graveborn, pretty similar heroes, honestly, in that regard. There has not been much change. We still see Burial in here, we have Cessia, we have Viperian, we have Scalita, we have Thorn, so those are pretty much the same that we have in there. And then he has the core heroes now, which is a nice way to put it in this graphic. Core heroes, the ones you definitely want, and then flex slots where you can be a little bit flexible, where you can swap out, and this is really the optimal team that you should strive for. And then we have the same one with different artifacts down below, and then secondary teams, where you just have to see what works well for you. You just saw the lineup that I used. I will show you the lineups that I use at the same time. I also, in the videos that I made for the specific Ravaged Realms, specific factions, I also detailed the charms that you want to use. Charms have a surprisingly large impact on this, and really we're talking about like 1 billion damage, like 1% difference. If you saw that, I was at 118 billion, the other person above me was like at 119, so it's not even a 1% difference between us. So if you can buff your damage by just 1% by optimizing mythic charms, you are already in a better position and might go up in ranks. So that is something to keep in mind. You don't need 20-30% damage buffs there. It just a little bit can already bring you into the top spots. So this is basically the one for Graveborn. He made one for every single faction. Here's the one for Mauler. I will scroll down so that we can see this. This is basically the same Analytica made by Metal. This is the main teams. He made 2 once again. And then we have secondary teams down below. I think, which one is mine actually? I think I went with this one. Crescent Spell. In a lot of lineups, once again, quite surprising for me. Sadly, I won that I didn't really upgrade. I plan to do this actually tomorrow, and that is something, that is the last topic that we're going to talk about, artifacts. Stay tuned for that. We have to talk about artifacts later within this video. So, this is Mauler. Definitely again with the subs. It's all a little bit structured differently. He didn't stick to the same lineup for those. And then we have Mauler, Wilder, where he has different lineups from different people. We have one from Anna here, Star-Lords in season, put one in there. Then we have, sadly can't read this, but we have different lineups in here, and those look pretty similar to what I use as well. So yeah, I'm going to show you the lineups that I still use, and then we also have the Lightbearer one. Lightbearer has been pretty low damage for me, I have to say, even though we have some good heroes in there with 4 Cs. Fresto, not 4 Cs, wrong game. I always mistake them for each other. Yeah, and those are basically the lineups that you can use. 0.4 version already, so he is updating this, and those are the current ones. If you want to find the source for this, as I said, discord.gg/analytica. On those discords you find some threads, and he posted them in there. I just took them, all of them, and put them together for you. Those are the up-to-date version as of today. Going back into the game, we can now see the lineups that I use for a second. This is what I currently use. I think we saw that on the one. Burial, doing surprisingly good damage. Evocation Spell there. Viperion in there. And here we have Crescent Spell again. Pretty easy lineup, honestly. Carolina providing MDEF debuffs. And we have Talene and Ludovic, of course, for some heal. And if we take a look at the damage numbers, we can do a quick skip there. It is always quite surprising in Graveborn, because the first damage numbers that you see, they are pretty close, like everybody's contributing to this, and usually the biggest damage dealer is Viperion. Absolutely crazy. So one improvement, of course, that I could probably still make is upgrade Viperion a little bit. Is the question if I want to upgrade him on +10, but if I get desperate, that will be my move. And then on the second one, the big one here, yeah, definitely Talene. That is just more, look at that. Look at the difference here. Massive damage from Talene and Carolina. So this secondary team honestly is pretty close to the main team. Quite crazy. So yeah, sadly no improvement on this. You want to really get the high roll. For the Mauler team, yeah, we have this team. It's a Fizz-based team. We have Mikola in there, Reese as a pretty insane damage dealer. And of course on this one we go for Quick Blade, as we there also have the Fizz def reduction. And this pretty big value, +29 as well on this. And for this team, yeah, we saw that with Smokey, Odie and Alsa, MDEF team, so Crescent Spell is present here. And I really invite you to try Crescent Spell in this, even if you haven't upgraded it. It should provide you with some pretty good damage buffs and pretty good results. Super high damage here as expected from Mauler. Still no new record. I think 34 billion was my record on this one. For the Wilder team, yeah, I tried a little bit of stuff here. I tried to include Lenya into this team. Didn't really work out for me. I saw some people use Diurnal to some success, but my Diurnal sadly isn't upgraded too much, didn't do too well, and was pretty low in terms of damage, even if I tried my best to make him work. So that is the thing. Rainier in here, of course, provides some good damage, and we have the haste buff from Damien, which is pretty nice. Here again, an magic damage based team. With Brian in there doing surprising amounts of damage. So again, Crescent Spell worth getting on this one, might be a very nice asset for you here. And yeah, no new record sadly, but I will work towards it. And as I said, I do all my 40 techs every single day. So for the last lineup, yeah, we're still using the same team basically here. Mirael in there. Mirael has been a blast, honestly, has been super strong. If you don't have her, that can really hurt you. She has some big multipliers for this boss. And here we're just going with some true damage with basically all true damage heroes. And Vala is, of course, only true damage if the boss would be below 50% HP, which he sadly isn't. Otherwise, we would look at quite different numbers here. Sadly, no new record within those 3 fights, but I'm going to do them all later, and we'll see what works there. One more thing that I want to point out that you can do to really improve your damage, and that is Legend Trial. As confusing as it may seem, as it is completely different game mode, you of course acquire the resources here to upgrade your artifacts, and a good strategy for that is rather important. So you want to upgrade your season level, you want to progress, and you want to reach those floors where you get your next upgrade materials for the artifacts, because that will really help you. My strategy towards this will mostly be that, I upgraded my evocation spell to plus 29 today. I have Quickblade spell at plus 29. Quickblade isn't used too much, so the problem that we have is its evocation spell and its crescent spell. And if you see, it's on both, it is the red upgrade material. So yeah, a bit of a problem. I don't think I can get much more of the red artifacts in a quick way, so I probably want to aim to get at least one more upgrade on my crescent spell instead of my evocation spell, because I think that's the only thing that I can achieve. I don't think I can get 8 more, but if I put some effort in this, crescent spell should probably be able to receive another upgrade. And keep in mind, there is another day tomorrow where you can do the Legend Trial, but those switch around, and I'm not sure what is open tomorrow actually. Oh yeah, tomorrow is Sunday, so big opportunity actually, as all will be open, so definitely stay tuned for that. You definitely want to make use of that chance tomorrow to optimize your damage, to just go ahead and do all of those season towers, get your artifact upgrades, consider whether or not you go for Crescent Spell, and then focus on attacking this boss, get your loot, get the nice stuff from final ranking, and hopefully you guys can stay all in the top 20. Please tell me down in the comments how you're doing in Ravaged Realm. Can you keep the top 100? Are you maybe even in the top 20? Did this video help you? Tell me all of that down in the comments below. And with that, I wish you a great day, and we'll see us in the next one.